Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing a quick live cast here, or will it be quick? We will never know until it's over. In the white color, this is Dido playing as the humans, and on the other side of the map, in the blue, playing as the dwarves, this is the mountain. Which is crazy. The dwarves are always orange and it's always done Hyperion playing them. How is this even possible? I'm very confused. Either way, the map's Ancient City and we've got a matchup between the Warrior of Adept and the Wolfguard Commanders. So get ready for a little bit of brawling here. This is gonna be pretty straightforward between these two heroes. Neither one dies very easily, so I don't expect any serious deaths happening until maybe the Medusas get into play. If they were to flag fight, which I think is very unlikely, but you can definitely flag fight against the dwarves here, because they'll just not be able to upgrade them as easily. We're also seeing some nice usage of the scout from Didu, by the way. And oh, I've got the guys on the wrong side, right? So let's swap that over. Yeah, that's so much better. There we go. I like the usage of the scout because you can basically pull away the undead and have the hero run around for more. That's time not building the flag, that's time not gaining experience, and thus also time not being put in the economy. Great catch there on the mole. And Wolfguard Commander just moves on without any further interruptions. Being able to grab this sector first and then teleporting down obviously is a very nice little perk for humans or dwarves who will be making a stonecutter here anyhow. It all works out super nicely like that. Back home, of course, we've got the standard build orders with the just triple stonecutter and double hunting cabin. And on the other side, it's of course the single hunt, double wood, stonecutter. I'm getting birthday wishes, but it's not my birthday. We're just prepping for my birthday. I'm gonna do a mega stream on my birthday, which is the 7th of May. And it's powered by that HelloFresh sponsorship over there. I'll do 6 hours by default, right? So if we get 6 orders, I'll still do 6 hours. But if we get more than that, I'll do more than that. Let's see. 1 hour per HelloFresh order. I stopped reading at birthday. Yeah. Most people don't read. That's okay. I have to keep it at like social media post length, 140 characters or less. Wait, that's already the case. Damn it. I don't know what to do anymore. Make a short video. No worries, guys, no worries. I'm just messing with you. Anyways, moving up north is the Wolfguard Commander. The Warrior of the Depths might be hitting the bottom. Not much production coming out of here. There's already 2 infantrymen though, and facing off against 2 axe wielders once they'll be joining the battle. But at the moment it's pretty tough because, you know, Didu is kind of stealing these sectors. He's up to level 4 already. This is not the position you want to be in as the Warrior of the Depths. He gets a pretty big spike with level 5 as well. Of course, the Wolfguard Commanders is even more serious. So what are we taking from here? Potions, I'm guessing. There's not much else. You could pick a ring, but it's kind of weird. I don't think the rings are that impactful from the shop, so... Potions. Potions keep you alive. Medusa is impaling the Warrior of the Depths. It's taking quite a bit of damage, but of course potions will be chugged. He does have his little onslaught thingy going on. Relentless Rage is what it's called. Every hit, he gains these stacks, these rage stacks, and the more he has, the harder he hits. He mad. Got the Battle Frenzy to reduce the damage of the Medusa. Got the Sweeping Strike and Head Splitter for AoE and single target damage. But also Didu has been working on the other 2 Medusa in the same camp, so that's not gonna be enough for level 5, but it's gonna put him to like 4.5. 4.4, it looks like. A very similar skill set really for the Wolfguard Commander with the single target and the Whirlwind. So these two heroes are really similar like that. But we've got a Shadow Strike, which is a teleportation essentially. 4 points into Brute Force as well. Mountain only has 2 because, well, he's not level 4. Some nice takedowns on those infantrymen, by the way. Ooh, almost got that one at 61 health. Looks like it will get away. If the gamers are playing the Titan Quest 2 beta, you guys should have tried it out. It's too late now. Unfortunately, the slots have been filled up. But we are getting a lot of feedback, and I'm really glad if you guys are enjoying it. If not, then let us know why not, as that is also really helpful. There's a survey if you are in the game itself, so do try that out. And put in your thoughts. That was a potion purchase run, or maybe a nothing purchase run. There's 4 potions here. I think he bought like 1 or something. Mountains doing pretty well though. We are seeing a stone hall already. I have to say the full name. Oh, sorry, it's I am the mountain. Yes. But if I say it, people will think I am the mountain. Wait, what? I'm confused. Building up the stone pole. Might be able to actually get it done. The resources are there. But the Humies obviously won't leave it. And as I say that, they're leaving. There was definitely an opportunity here to pick off a handful of the axe wielders who are currently fighting the Medusa anyhow. So they're kind of busy, right? You don't want to be fighting the opposing player and the creeps at the same time. God, I miss casting this game. Might be a pick-off there on the infantry. It's slowed. It's very easy to get it done. Even though the Warrior of the Depths has some problems reaching enemies that are moving due to his smaller attack range. Or like his animation speed really is the limiting factor, but he's got skills that speed that up. He's got slowing mechanics. He's gonna be fine. There's a lot of dwarven sectors getting built, actually. Kind of unusual. Is tier 2 coming in? Oh, I'm on point. Whenever I'm casting AOM, I sure wish I was casting SpellForce. Something like that. Definitely sometimes. Definitely sometimes. Especially when it's like... when the problems are as blatant as now, like, I don't even want to talk about it. I would have made a video normally to farm the views, right? But... but I don't even feel like doing that right now. That's how bad it is. Everyone else has complained already. What's the point? They're just so slow and... I don't know. You release a new DLC and it's completely blatantly broken. Like, they just have better units, they have better god powers, whatever. SpellForce. I gotta do more of these casts. But you guys gotta send me more games to cast. I'm actually out. This is the last one I've got, so we'll be playing a handful now. And then that's gonna be nice, but I need more games. Replays. Put the replays in my Discord. Thank you, guys. Oh yeah, AOM Chinese is insane. Especially Nuba. They just put down the god power wall, then you can't attack them, or your units get stuck while they're attacking, then they get killed. Then they pop a god power into your economy that deletes your villagers. Fantastic. So, hope you weren't focusing on economy. And you were focusing on attacking, but if you did that, then the wall situation is there. Then they go to the next stage because they're safe to do so, and they great flood your units into oblivion. Show your buildings in the process as well. Supposedly also hitting your villagers once more, which they already did earlier. And then they spawn in their own with the god power, 25 of them for 2 minutes, and they use that to build the Titan. What do you do? What do you do? Last SpellForce 3 replay is over a year old. Gotta get some new ones made, right?
Let's get to work.
Do I think they do it on purpose? I mean,
Let's get to it.
there's no reason they wouldn't have people playtesting it, right?
Will only take a second.
I mean, they could playtest it for content. Like, they could give early access to some top players, have Boyd cast it. It's promotion. If it's bullshit, they will nerf something. There's no reason not to do it like that. But I want to focus on this now because we're in tier 2. Earthshapers out, and that was some nice little pressure from the dwarves, but definitely not enough to actually, you know, do some real damage. You take out a few buildings, that's good enough. But with the humans starting to build up to fortified outposts, these buildings, 10,000 health, I mean, that can take a beating, especially while you repair it. And then the axe wielders are able to tank human building fire pretty well, but only for so long. Hey, what happened, by the way, with the gold? Oh, I was pretty sure we went shopping there. That's why I was okay with talking about AOM. But yeah, the tier 3 armor is here, and we have a hashtag no equip situation. So this wolf guard is missing out on 20% armor right now. That's a pretty massive amount of missing out. As for I Am the Mountain, he's probably prepping for the tier 3 armor himself. He's got the Stalwart Song ability these days. Unlocked every ability basically, except the Capstone tier 5s. We'll get there at some point. Recuperate in particular, just... we have health potions at home basically. That's what that skill does. Ooh, getting in the middle of these arbalists is definitely a huge problem for the humans. They'll have to get on top, get the archers out of here, and get a nice surround on the Warrior of the Depths. Of course, he's a heavier unit than infantry, so you can just push through. So far, it was an equal-ish trade. So both players are just going to retreat, but the humans have a bit of advantages healing up here. Getting out the keepers is a cool little solution to this predicament that we have. They are very, very armored, very high health, so these lower tier units just can't do too much about them. But Earthshapers are another story entirely, so that is something to consider. Are the dwarves really strong? Yeah. I mean, the fact that your core tier 2 unit, the Earthshaper, is essentially immediately available. It's not an iron unit, it's a wood unit. Charcoal. You can instantly make it as soon as you hit tier 2, whereas for humans, to get the keepers out, they're not only very expensive with iron, but you have to set up the iron economy, so you have to wait for these buildings to be made. And that takes like 30 seconds. Was it 45? I forget. Still, they're out now, and they're here to cause some trouble. The hero is down, and I think the fortified outpost will be down as well, but the heroes reach level 5, which is a pretty big deal. Dwarves won't be run down, and there is an okay amount of population here, but Didu actually has more, and that's quite a bunch of keepers to fight off for the dwarves, so I think the humans might be able to show a little bit of keeper power. There's also plenty in the iron banks at the moment. So I'm wondering, is the forge coming along? Yes, it is. And that will mean that the infantrymen will be getting their upgrades as well. Higher health, higher damage. Will be making them a lot better as well. Just here forgot how good the game looks. It was ahead of its time in 2017. I mean, this and Halo Wars 2 are still, I think, the best looking RTSs. If you don't count Total War Warhammer, but that's more of a different thing. I love the pushing around. These keepers are classified as heavy, right? So they're pushing everyone out of the way, and during the pushing, nobody can attack. So that can be pretty advantageous if you have a big army otherwise. The Earthshatter from the Wolf Guard is doing pretty good as well, and once again, we're gonna see a kill on the Warrior of the Depths. Sick stuff. Not too many humans have died, but all the Arbalists are dead. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Didu does remain ahead. Oh, wait a second. The tunnel entrance. Where is it going? Where is this going? I don't think there's a tunnel exit just yet. The Wolfguard commander is just an absolute bully right now, with all these keepers essentially not taking significant damages. Oh, the tier 3 skip has happened. That's why Mountain wasn't able to afford more of a unit pump, because everything went into this. And the Moon Silver. It'll be some time until the Berserks come in. And when they are in, that's gonna be a big problem for the keepers, because these guys are just keepers but better. And once their upgrade is in, they're even crazier. Huge damage discrepancy, and of course the keepers are very vulnerable to magic damage. Not quite true for the berserkers, who are at least neutral. How many is that? When's the last time you guys seen 18 keepers? Maybe they'll get their Zeal upgrade at this point. Or maybe we're just going tier 3. Alright, maybe we'll get speedy keepers. They have this lighter armor upgrade after all, but I do think that the sweeping strikes for champions will be more likely the choice here. Please put on the armor, Didu. You can do it. Forcing the teleport back is a pretty good step. And this is a very small dwarven army, right? So, oh, we're leaving. We're leaving. I don't know. Was that necessary? Were we in such trouble? Ooh. Tunnel exit. This is a funny place for it. I would have thought that this is where it's gonna go. But yeah, there is one getting made on this location. Shouldn't the dwarves be slower? I mean, you've just seen the berserkers boost them. But yeah, there's very small speed differences in the game. Like range units are slower, melee units are a little faster, and then you get boosts. Cavalry is typically faster, but these guys are heavy cavalry, so they need their upgrade first. They're not faster than infantry by themselves, I think. Oh, it's a dropship. Holy dropship. Wait, it picked up something. Yeah. What are we doing? Is this pickup micro for health? Oh my god. Oh yeah, burps are fast. That's true. Wait, where's the dropship now? Oh my god, it's dropping into the main. Yes, give it to me. All the bases are border fortresses, so maximum upgrades are in. The economy is huge. And the mountain has a 177 population to 152. Nice advantage. The human border fortresses are coming in as well now. But this is certainly an opportunity to, at the very least, get a tunnel exit out. It's not enough to have an air unit spotter, by the way, to place this thing down, but you have to actually pop out your units to get that. Fun fact. It's a lot of arbalists, but guess what? With all these tunnel entrances, one of them will lead the right way, and off they go into the main. Of course, the humans will have teleports available, but then guess what they do? They just leave. Oh, wait! The hero's dead. That's a pretty big piece of damage. The keepers have been able to push around units for a long time. They're trying to now get out through the tunnel exit, but can the tunnel be sniped is the real question. A lot of berserkers are actually dying for this. Even the golem died. Like, picking off all these berserks is definitely great. Plus the tunnel exit actually isn't free. What's the cost of that again? 15 stone? It's not nothing. Iron the Mountain has a lot of stone, but it will only last so long. Whoa, that champion got bonked. Do remember these berserks now do magical damage as well as strike damage, which basically means that they'll pick the better one to do damage. So because these guys resist strike, it's the magic resist that will go through. Oh my god, I didn't remove the follow animation. Thanks for that. Oh no, 190 out of 190 need another building to be made. The infantry never got upgraded, and the champions are still only hammer boys, so that could be a little bit better. Once they get upgraded, they can cleave damage onto an additional target for a total of 3 instead of 2. Wolfguard Commander got pretty weak here, but hey, at least the +2 regen on the home territory plus the innate regen on top of that anyhow is helpful. The dwarves are pushing in, but this is not a very big army. I am the mountain down to 150 population-ish, and all this ranged firepower while the cavalry is keeping him at bay is actually doing quite well. But the Wolfguard Commander will have to jump in and knock these people on their butts, because if these pyromancers are allowed to keep firing, this is what you get: a graveyard of cavalry. Wow, that's negative resistance, man, on their magic stat is actually very painful. These guys do AoE, they do decent magic DPS as well. Ay. And don't forget the berserkers are doing magical damage as well, so plus 25% is what happens there. Sad for all the war horses right now. See if another tunnel will be made, but a single unit would have to somehow get through. The observation tower can't see far enough, I don't think. Either way, the dwarves will need a bigger army, and right now they're pretty broke. They're trying to pump, of course, but
Don't worry, Chief. We'll have that done in no time.
it does take time. It does take time. That's a lot of champions, meanwhile, for the humans. And the population advantage enjoyed right now by Didu is pretty huge. We're not trying to make a we are making a Titan. Let's go. The bonker of Needhalf is coming. There's no human Titan coming just yet, so, you know. A question in the chat from Blue Nova: is this game hard? Well, it's not easy. What's your reference point? Age of Mythology? It's a little easier than that, because you don't have the individual worker management. You just pop down your building and it's populated by workers automatically. You don't have to control them, you just put the building in. But you got a hero to control, so, you know, there's a lot to manage still. And the hero has a skill tree. The hero has to spend its gold by going to the shops, which are in the bases, as well as out on the map. There's some secondary ones. But yeah, you build your army just the same way with making buildings and whatnot. Titan should be out momentarily. Like you saw, there's a big queue of units being made as well, so the negative resources are a little bit deceptive. These workers will be carrying the goodies to the Titan, the tainted obelisk. Won't be taking much longer. Just a few more moon silver. And a little more iron. That's all the doctor ordered. Wow, we're gonna wait this out. Meanwhile, the Humies, of course, getting flag bearers, which will boost the damage of these nearby units. Champions up to 216 damage and some extra 15% resistance is a pretty big deal, you could say. The dwarfs are actually gonna teleport on top of this and try to scare them off by shouting very loudly. That's what the berserks do best. Bonk. Knock down that hero pretty good, but there's all this AoE damage from the pyro, so you really don't want to clump up your champions like that. They can take a beating, but yeah. Oh, your frame of reference is Warcraft, then you're close to home for sure. It is like a modern Warcraft, that's right. There's creep camps as well. They have been cleared. Some of the bases are protected by creeps early on. You'll see it in the next game. Ah, Didu has to leave. That's unfortunate, but have a good night. Just watch back the VOD. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The melting pot! Jeez, all the metal is melted off their bodies. I'm gonna keep this open. Wow, hero very bravely diving right into the middle of the army, but bear in mind, all this AoE will be indeed problematic as the pyromancers are able to absolutely wreck the Arbalest. They don't have that many stats. And oh, there is the big boy. There's the big boy. There's no notification for this, by the way, so the players would get it, but I don't as a spectator. Wolfguard Commander is basically toast, and the big man himself with the big bonky stick is coming in for some punishment. Are we gonna see like a teleport? I think he's waiting for the hero, and then the army doesn't have to chase this, right? So, wait, there's even a tunnel exit here. All these utility tunnels, so good actually. Just able to get around however you like. Warrior of the Depths is out. There's no tunnel from here. Wait. Where's our boy? Where did he go? Oh, he's like under the Titan. Okay. Fine. They're just linking up. Got a bunch of mentalists out. Well, that would be great normally, but I'm afraid there's a much bigger threat here. You can still slow it, right? Crazy armor stats on this thing. And if you add Earthshapers, you can make it even better. It's especially important for Siege, which at the moment the Humies don't have. This is a basically not maxed out human against a maxed out dwarves with a Titan. So that's definitely gonna be difficult. The border fortress is already under siege with the Spirit of the Mountains ability, creating this little earthquake. He's not particularly great against units because a lot of his damage is actually in siege. The other Titans would have a higher stat, but because this guy is so focused on sieging, he will be able to take down this border fortress, especially using his ability. The human army just isn't big enough anyway to handle the dwarves, and a lot of the damage went into the Titan, which can just take it like a champ. The border fortress is now under siege, and that's the entire army attacking it. There's no one doing anything about this. The next one will be the main, and the dwarves can just keep pumping. The pumping has happened throughout all of this, by the way. It doesn't look like much, but it's all berserks and pyromancers, so very high quality units. Not much can really stop this. Jessier says back in his day, he only made 2 tunnels. Fair enough. Well, You know what? What about the second tunnel and the second tunnel for the second tunnel? Oh my god. Per base, of course. Per base. That's sick. And I want to see an earthquake here. Destroy all the housing market. Make homes affordable again. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Damn it. It's all gone. It's all gone. Here's the mountain. GG. GG. I didn't expect I'll get a Titan game. That's, it was in the profile picture, to be fair. I should have known. And as for Didu, that was unbearable. Which is why he left. He went to sleep.